class. How have you been and how's been your day? It's good to have you in class today. Today we will be considering introduction to fiction and non-fiction. It is a broad topic, so we will be taking it one step at a time. Okay, so in literature you have to understand that literature is divided into two broad types, and that's fiction and non-fiction. Alright, let's get started. What is fiction? Fiction is a story invented by someone. It is not real, so it is the creation of the writer with the aim of eliciting literary reactions from readers. What does that mean? You just want to get reactions from you, who is the reader. So a person can just sit down here and just think, I can just create this. Oh, this happened, and then this follows, and then this follows. So is imagining what he wants the story to look like. Alright? So that means a writer of fiction may take a storyline from real events and people and then change some details about them and subsequently add some imaginary characters in order to make it real and plausible. What does that mean? He wants to make it believable. That means you can easily relate with it. So that it won't be like an untrue story. It won't look to you at the first glance that this is an untrue story. The writer will actually bring in, live experiences in order to garnish whatever he's writing. So, a fictional work is not real. It is not a real life story. It's not a true story. Okay? It is a story invented by someone in order to get a reaction from the reader. An example is Poppy Biscuits, and that part of the imaginary character is fully displayed there. Alright? So, then what is non-fiction? If fiction work is unreal. This is the direct opposite of fictitious literature. Non-fictions are books, journals, novels, plays, poems, and articles that center on real facts or even which were not created or imagined. For instance, Women of Who is a very real story. It happened in Osun State. Yes, it is a town called Akum. It is a real story. It actually happened. That's to do with the kind of war that eliminated a particular town, and then there was revenge and all of that. So it is a real story that actually happened in one of the Yoruba lands. Alright, so it is real, it is true. So these are articles, journals, books, plays, poems that are actually centered on real facts and events. They actually happened, so they were penned down. Alright, so that's the difference between fiction and non-fiction. There are also some other kinds of prose fiction that we need to consider. For instance, we have the fable. It is a story with a surface denotation which bears a deeper meaning. It aims to explain a problem in a very simple manner by pointing out a moral truth. So we're going to consider that. We're going to look at the allegory, parable, romance, novel, the short story, and then the novella. Alright? We're going to consider that, and then we have a class activity to do afterwards. So let's get started with prose fiction, and then in the next class we're going to look at non-fictional works. Alright? It's good to have you in class. Thank you for coming to class. See you.